So in the last lesson we were clicking on a single drum from the Kong, and we were loading up the sound into that one drum by using this folder button here. What I need to do for the standard is to transfer that recording to my NNXT down here. Okay. So what we're going to do here is, in the previous lesson, we brought down this extra thing at the bottom of the Kong for the extra technical information for that one drum. And I was able to look at the thing I'd loaded onto that drum, right-click and manage samples. Okay, that brings up this extra window of all the sounds in my song. That's actually found in the edit menu. You can just go edit, manage samples at any time. So there's the Kong, and there's a sound that I've loaded onto one drum in the Kong. All right. But at the moment, I've now got an XT without any sounds in it. So what I can now do is, if I go to when I bring down the extra bit for the sampler, so I get all the technical information and the piano and all the filters and everything down here that we're going to be using later on, I can click the folder for one sound here, loading up a sampler into the sample. And instead of going to a folder on my computer and finding a sound file, I've actually got a category here called song samples, and they're the sounds that are already in my song. If I go to all, they'll actually normally all be in there, and unassigned will normally be there. But with the Kong here, because it's all in the Kong at the moment, assigned samples to the Kong here, it's got the one I've loaded up into that Kong on that drum thing, and I can now click OK, and that will load that same sound into my sampler. Now, to do a beat in the sampler, I've got to assign one noise to one key of the piano. So again, like we've done in a previous lesson, I need to change the length of the zone so it's only on one key. So I move those little squares down to there. I can check that. It says low key and high key. So as long as they're the same, it means that it's on the same one note. All right? And that means that sample there. Then, under my music, I can give myself a block, and this time I'll just be writing. If I zoomed in here, I'd be writing my beat on the piano using the different notes. Okay? So that's basically how you're moving a sound from one thing to another. What we need to do for the standard is to get all the sounds now onto different notes of the piano. So we get 10 notes of the piano having 10 of the sounds, and we need to be able to write our beat so that later on we can then learn about how we filter those out. And we can also do a lot more in this sampler than you can in the Kong in itself without effects units. So I can now start filtering and cutting down and cleaning up those sounds just using the sampler. So today we're going to move those sounds and start cleaning them up using the sampler. Okay, that'll do.